I changed the camera position, but I'm shooting the second video. This is the D-tag. You know Jim at Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff is doing the complete alphabet, and I'm following him. I'm going to do every letter that he is giving us. So because he already published the F tag, so I am a little behind today with the D tag. Let's get started. D is for Dahl. That's the first prompt here. What is your favorite book by Roald Dahl? Well, I've never read Roald Dahl. I certainly saw one or two or maybe three of his TV adaptations, to television. When I looked for some information about the man now, I saw that he is accused of both anti-Semitism and misogyny, which probably will not make me wanting to pick up one of his books in the future. So that is my relationship to Roald Dahl. But I know that Saturday nights they showed those TV adaptations on German television when I was a bit younger. I was still young. Yeah, I was younger. Number 2, D is for Doctor Who. What is your favorite book about time travel? Well, I've been to Cardiff with my daughters. I think 7 years ago. Oh my God, time is going. Time is flying, you know. And in Cardiff, the Doctor Who series were filmed, and we weren't visiting the studios, but many other tourists who came to Cardiff did. So, speaking about time travels, I think I mostly have my experiences from the movies. I remember very well when I was a kid watching a 1960 movie by a director called George Powell and a more famous actor called Rod Taylor. It's called The Time Machine, and this is based on the novel by H.G. Wells, of course, which I haven't read. I've never been such an avid science fiction kind of a guy. So when I have consumed sci-fi, it was mostly in the cinema or it was on television. Although I also have watched a TV series, Westworld, at least season 1, but then I didn't understand what it was about, so I stopped watching Westworld. Maybe I take it up again one day. Speaking of another movie, of course, that I have to speak about, speaking about time machines or time travel, is the great movie by Robert Zemeckis. I think it was produced by Steven Spielberg. It's called Back to the Future, and it stars Michael J. Fox. Movie that has actually become a musical as late as 2020. D is also for dark. Yeah, what is the darkest book you have read? I have talked about on other occasions on this channel about Shutter Island by Dennis Lehane, which is a slow sort of Edgar Allan Poe-ish descent into madness of the main character that is portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio in Martin Scorsese's movie Shutter Island. Or should I mention, of course, which is very dark, a dark dive into the human soul, Peter Weiss's The Investigation, which he did after reading 25,000 pages of the Auschwitz trial, that he has transformed into an enormously important play about perpetrators and victims and about the ultimate perversion of capitalism, as he called it, The Investigation by Peter Weiss. Yeah, that's really dark. D's, but also for Dickens. And how many Dickens novels have you read? There were 15, include The Mystery of Edwin Drood. I think I have only read one, and that is Great Expectations. I have definitely seen Oliver Twist. I've seen A Christmas Carol and several adaptations on the screen. But as you know, who watch my channel, I'm so bad in reading classics, and I would have so much to do in reading all these classics that I wouldn't be able to read new books. So I prefer to read new books now. D is for dictionary as well. In the internet years, do you still use physical paper dictionaries? Nope, I don't do that. I've stopped using dictionaries a long time ago, and most of the information that I find will be information that I find online. Number 5, D. D is for Dagger and Detective. What was the last detective novel you read? When I wrote down the answers to these questions, the answer would have been Many Rivers to Cross by Peter Robinson. But now I have to say the last detective novel I read was Not Dark Yet by Peter Robinson, which I finished yesterday. That was Peter Robinson's 27th novel with this beautiful character of Detective Superintendent Alan Banks of the East Vale Police Department. Yeah. D is also for Fyodor Dostoevsky. What is your favorite Dostoevsky novel? I pass here again, since Dostoevsky is still a must on my way of becoming a widely read reader. D is also for diversity. Which book from your reading ticket, no, not from your reading ticket, but from your reading, ticked the most diversity boxes? I think I'm better reading diversity than reading classics. So every now and then I read books that you could call diverse for whatever reason. I think the last one that is really a diverse book was Imbolomboe's How Beautiful We Were, a 5-star novel that I would definitely recommend to you, about a village in Africa in a place called Cassava, and the fight of the villagers to keep their village, not to keep their village, but to protect and save their village actually from the exploitation of an American oil company and the corrupt government of that country. That was the last diverse book that I read. And finally, 8, D is for drawing. Who's your favorite visual artist? Well, if D is not only for drawing, but it could also be P for painting, then I would like to mention 2 people, maybe today. My favorite German artist, my fellow German artist, and he's about the same age as I am, but his paintings are worth a fortune already. His name is Daniel Richter. I'm going to show you 1, 2 of his paintings here. And I've seen a beautiful exhibition of his work at the Louisiana, the wonderful Louisiana Museum outside of Copenhagen. So if you ever come to Europe, if you ever come to Denmark, if you ever come to Copenhagen, please take a suburban train that takes you north of Copenhagen and go to Louisiana in Humlebæk, I think it is, the museum that is located at the Øresund, at the water that is sort of the border between Denmark and Sweden, at this place, and watch for the and look at the Louisiana Museum. And when I was there a couple of years ago, I saw an exhibition of the works of Daniel Richter. Another favorite that I have as a visual artist and always will be is, I'm the American guy, you know, I'm Americanized. And you know which name I'm talking about now. Of course, it's Edward Hopper. It's one of my favorites. Not only Nighthawks, which is one of the most famous paintings in the world, but also other paintings that he has done about urban life, about the loneliness and the urban life that really speak to me. Maybe as much as The Glass Kingdom, which I mentioned in my last wrap-up. That was the D tag, and I'm very much looking forward to the E and the F tag. I haven't looked at the prompts yet. I will do these. Please do them as well if you have your own channel. And you can write something down below in the comments if you don't have a channel, but if you want to tell me about your darkest novel that you've ever read, or the best Dickens novel, or the best Dostoevsky, or whatever. Thanks very much for watching this video. It's summer in Sweden. It's summer in large parts of the Northern Hemisphere now. And I wish you a good summer, but we still need to be careful, so mask up and be safe, and see you soon. Bye-bye.